Friday, the 26th of December 2025. Good evening, televiewers, and welcome to the 6:30 p.m. newscast live from Yaoundé, Cameroon's political capital. As usual, we begin with our top stories. Barely a day after the warmth and color of Christmas celebrations, the city of Yaoundé is once again on the move. Streets are filling up, shops are reopening, and offices are resuming work as residents return with renewed energy, turning festive joy into fresh determination for the days ahead. News reporters were on the fields to take the pulse of the nation, and in this edition of our news, we tell you exactly how the city of Yaoundé was today. And also in this edition, Africa holds its breath as this weekend giants collide and pride is put on the line. The 2025 Africa Cup of Nations serves up a blockbuster showdown where history, rivalry, and continental glory meet under the light. In early results today, Angola and Zimbabwe shared the points in a 1-1 draw, while 10-man Egypt defeated South Africa by 1-0. Those were the top stories of the 6:30 p.m. newscast. The developments of these and more right ahead. Good evening once again, and thanks for joining us on tonight's edition of the 6:30 p.m. newscast. We are live from Yaoundé, and my name is Fabrice Ketinga. Barely a day after Christmas, reality set in for local businesses. Today, our reporters were in the streets of Yaoundé to find out how the denizens of the nation's political capital are faring after celebrating Christmas yesterday, the day Jesus Christ, it is believed Jesus Christ was born. Jackie Nyebele was on the streets of Yaoundé and put together the following report.
The day after Christmas has brought a calm and subdued atmosphere to markets and businesses across the city. The festive rush is over, and many shops and stores are operating at a slower pace. Vendors, especially those selling perishable goods like fruits and vegetables, are back at the stores early this morning, not because of a flood of customers, but out of necessity to avoid spoilage. There are no customers as before. There is no customer. It is difficult, very difficult. Customers come and it lasts before they come again. I am used to my activities and I can't abandon it to stay at home. If I stay at home, I will be bored and tired. That is why I prefer to come and continue with my activities. And if I leave this space, it is something that perishes very fast. If I do so the next day, I will not be able to sell anything again. Bars and hair salons have reopened as well, but the mood remains quiet, with staff providing minimal services or attending to other places before the holidays. Many residents report that the holidays were costly and household spending has temporarily slowed, affecting overall economic activity. As we move into January, local businesses are hoping for customers to return soon in order to relaunch trade and stabilize the economy after the post-holiday slowdown. While today is quiet, the resilience of traders and service providers ensures that the wheels of commerce are ready to turn again.
In Bamenda, amidst fear and uncertainty, prolonged insecurity in Cameroon's northwest region, a strong message of hope and courage rang out on Christmas Day as the Archbishop of Bamenda, His Grace Andrew Nkea, called on Christians to rise above fear and become true ambassadors of peace within their communities. Details in the following report.
The Archbishop of Bamenda, His Grace Andrew Nkea, has called on Christians in the crisis-hit northwest region to overcome fear, rise above insecurity, and become true ambassadors of peace within their communities. The message was delivered on Christmas Day and echoed across churches in the region, where thousands of faithful gathered to celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ amidst ongoing security challenges. In his Christmas message, Archbishop Nkea urged Christians not to allow fear and uncertainty to weaken their faith, but rather to draw strength from the message of Christmas, a reminder of God's love for humanity through the gift of His Son.
To all the people of the Archdiocese of Bamenda and to our country, don't be afraid. People have carried fear in their hearts, and they are locked into their houses. Let us come out and be like people who have been liberated by Jesus Christ, the newborn King. We should love one another and remember that the blood in one's vein is the same blood in another man's vein.
He emphasized that despite the trials faced by the population, including displacement, loss of lives and livelihoods, Christmas remains a moment of hope, renewal and reconciliation. The Archbishop called on believers to actively promote peace, forgiveness and solidarity within their families and neighborhoods, stressing that lasting peace begins with individual commitment and collective responsibility. Across the region, worshippers described the message as timely and reassuring, noting that it offered comfort and encouragement in a context marked by prolonged instability. Many faithful reaffirmed their trust in God, expressing hope that the Christmas message of peace will inspire positive change and strengthen efforts towards harmony in their communities. As Christians in the Northwest celebrate the festive season, religious leaders continue to call for unity, resilience, and prayer, while urging all stakeholders to work towards a peaceful and secure future.
From Bamenda, we are taking you to a shop in Batabo subdivision, and Batabo is in Momo division in the northwest region of Cameroon. In a season defined by giving, a small community in Batabo subdivision delivered a big message from Newtown Quarter Ashon. Youths came together to raise funds, spread Christmas joy to their parents, and place books in the hands of tomorrow's leader. We have this report courtesy Bamenda-based journalist Alphonse, who traveled to Ashon.
Dear televiewers, welcome to Ashon village in Batabo subdivision. It's one of the 22 villages that make up Batabo subdivision. We're here this eve of Christmas, 24th in the month of December of 2025. Why are we here today? Well, we have, behind me bags of rice, bags of salt, cartons of, savon, as well as some Maggi, and we also have a bag of groundnut. All right. Well, this quarter is known as a new town. Okay, we have their young people who are dotted all over Cameroon and across the world. They have contributed from 5,000 francs CFA to 100,000 francs CFA, to buy this item that you see here for their parents, okay, during this Christmas period. So these Newtown youths, they do it virtually every year, saying that when it's Christmas period, let them try and put smiles on the faces of their parents, and that is why the parents are here with their bags, and they are going to be distributing these bags of rice and all whatnot in the moments ahead. So it's a wonderful and laudable initiative for all other communities, all other quarters here in Ashon, as well as beyond Ashon, so that their children who are out there should think about their community, where they're coming from, should think about their roots, give back to the community that groomed them, made them what they are today, who they are today, so that they will have their blessings, they will have their prayers from these communities. So we have been talking to some of the parents, and they expressed joy after receiving this gift.
My name is Rose Tekomba. I feel very happy for see all this kind of thing where this speaking they don't do them for we. And we pray for Jehovah God, say may bless them. May they any way where they want to find them, anything where they define them, may they get them as they define them. May Jehovah bless them.
My name is Teresa Newton. Thank you, begin with the deal with each of for Congress. So, thank you. Thing we want talk for woman with the chop the chop. Now I want talk for name for God. Any woman, if a walk. Because I want to say we pray for our begin any day. If you want sleep for this year, don't say Jesus shooting where we work for you. I want to say all man they told so because I want to say all man they will come be for oven.
So it is goodbye from Ashon village in Batabo subdivision, several kilometers from Bamenda, during this eve of Christmas, 24th day in the month of December of 2025. It's Alphonse Tebek.
From Ashon in Momo division in the northwest region of Cameroon, we are back in the nation's political capital Yaoundé, where just a day after Christmas, Yaoundé streets were buzzing again as taxi and bike riders sees the post-election rush to earn vital income, with residents returning from family gathering, shopping and work. These drivers became the backbone of the city's mobility, turning the festive traffic into key economic community opportunity. We have details with Jackie Yebele.
In Yaoundé, the day after Christmas marks a lively return to everyday life, and the city streets were once again filled with movement. For taxi and motor-taxi drivers, this period has become one of the busiest of the year. Following the holiday celebrations, residents flooded the roads to return home, visit markets and resume work. Taxi drivers serving longer routes and larger groups reported higher than usual earnings as they transported commuters and shoppers across the city. Meanwhile, motor-taxi drivers, known for their flexibility and speed on congested streets, capitalized on the high demand for short trips, especially in neighborhoods and narrow streets inaccessible to cars. Despite the opportunities, drivers face significant challenges. Rising fuel prices, competition from other transport modes, and occasional regulatory pressures affect their daily income. For motor-taxi riders operating informally, safety concerns and unpredictably add another layer of complexity. Yet for many drivers, the post-Christmas surge in passengers provides a vital boost to their livelihoods. It highlights not only the economic importance of taxi and motorcycle transport in Yaoundé, but also their role in keeping the city moving efficiently, especially during peak periods. As the holiday season continues towards the new year, taxi and motor-taxi drivers will remain key players in the rhythm of urban life, bridging communities and supporting the local economy one trip at a time.
We are talking about the report from the Meta Development Association known as MECUDA, who have had their new executives recently elected. The election took place in the chief town of Momo Division, Bengui, where this newly elected executive pledged to work together for the development of the Meta people. Details in the following report.
The newly elected executive board of the Meta Cultural and Development Association, MECUDA, has outlined a renewed vision aimed at promoting development, unity and cultural preservation among the Meta people. The commitment was made during MECUDA's annual general meeting held at the Palace of the Kufon, a gathering that brought together Meta funds, administrative authorities, elites, and members of the general public. The meeting provided an opportunity for the association to review activities of the outgoing executive, examine challenges facing the community, and chart a new course for the next 4 years. Addressing participants, the new leadership pledged to prioritize community-driven development projects, strengthen cultural values, and foster unity among Meta sons and daughters, both at home and in the diaspora. Participants also emphasized the importance of collective responsibility, urging the population to actively support MECUDA's programs and contribute to the development of the Meta land. Administrative authorities present at the ceremony commended MECUDA for its role in mobilizing the population around development initiatives and called on the new executive to work in collaboration with traditional institutions and government services. The presence of Meta traditional rulers at the event underscored the strong link between culture and development, with calls made for preservation of customs and the transmission of cultural values to younger generations. The annual general meeting ended with a renewed sense of hope as members expressed confidence in the capacity of the new executive board to deliver on its promises and advance the socio-economic well-being of the Meta people. As the new mandate begins, expectations remain high that MECUDA will translate its vision into concrete actions that will positively impact the Meta community over the next 4 years.
You're watching the latest news on the News One, being live from Yaoundé. Against the backdrop of persistent challenges, the Bamenda 3 Council in the Northwest region has taken a decisive step towards grassroots development, adopting a budget of 2.2 billion francs CFA for development in the 2026 financial year. This signaled renewed commitment to improving the lives of the local population. This budget was adopted recently during the budgetary session of the Bamenda 3 Council. Details in the following report.
The Bamenda 3 Council has adopted a development budget of 2.2 billion francs CFA for the 2026 financial year, reaffirming its commitment to local development despite prevailing challenges. The budget was voted during a budgetary council session held on December 23, 2025, which brought together councillors, administrative authorities, traditional rulers, and other stakeholders of the municipality. Presenting the budget, council authorities explained that the 2.2 billion francs CFA will be directed towards key priority sectors, including road infrastructure, education, health, sanitation, and social services, with emphasis on projects that directly impact the welfare of the population.
The various projects that we have been earmarked ranges from water supply, electricity supply, maintenance of road, social security, and above all, improvement, digitalization of the civil status registration center, and as well as taking care of persons with special needs. And we equally envisage to develop a gender policy for the municipality that will take care of women and youths, as well as some vulnerable communities within the municipality.
Councillors welcomed the budget, describing it as a realistic and development-oriented, while urging the executive to ensure transparent management and effective execution of projects. Administrative authorities at the session commended the Bamenda 3 Council for its resilience and determination to pursue development at the grassroots, noting that decentralization remains a crucial tool for addressing local needs. They further encouraged council officials to work closely with community leaders and development partners to ensure that the approved projects are successfully implemented in 2026. Beyond the approval of the 2026 budget, the session also marked the official opening of the newly constructed Bamenda 3 Council Hall, a modern edifice expected to improve the council's administrative efficiency and provide a befitting venue for deliberations. The adoption of the 2026 budget and the inauguration of the new council hall stand as a strong signals of the council's resolve to strengthen local governance and improve service delivery to the people of Bamenda 3.
Because following that protest on Wednesday this week, the management of the electricity company in Cameroon, NOUS, dispersed some 32 transformers in Boya, and these transformers are being strategically installed in a neighborhood that have gone for several months without electricity. Joseph Weno was at the NOUS headquarters yesterday in Boya and sent us this report.
A promise is a debt. Today is Christmas Day, but the staff of NOUS are very much on duty. And like the promise the people of Boya yesterday, after there's so much work around town, here they are, their staff already on the field. These are the transformers that will be installed across Boya today in all the neighborhoods that were without electricity. And as they begin today, according to the information we've just gotten here, before Saturday, every neighborhood in Boya that was without electricity will have its electricity. I'm talking from the NOUS branch office in Boya, where they are already deploying their staff to the field, and these are the transformers that have been taken.
has announced plans to end all international adoptions by 2029, responding to the UN pressure to address decades of adoption-related abuses. The government will shift from private agencies to a public system aimed at strengthening domestic child welfare. Numbers of foreign adoptions have already dropped sharply in recent years. UN experts and adoptee groups urge transparency, access to records, and accountability for past wrongdoing. The reform seeks to rebuild trust while keeping more children within the country. Myanmar's military authorities have set January 25, 2026 for the final phase of elections, covering 63 townships despite ongoing civil war. Earlier voting rounds were disrupted by violence and insecurity. Many regions cannot participate due to clashes between junta forces and resistant groups. Critics say the elections are meant to legitimize military rule as major opposition parties remain banned. The process is widely viewed as neither free nor fair under current conditions. Belgium has formally joined South Africa's case at the International Court of Justice, accusing Israel of committing genocide in Gaza. The Belgian government says its participation aims to reinforce international humanitarian law and support accountability in the ongoing conflicts. This move adds significant diplomatic weight to the case, as Belgium becomes one of the first European countries to back it. Israel has rejected the accusations, calling them politically motivated and factually unfounded. The development further intensifies international tension surrounding the Israel-Gaza war. The United States carried out airstrikes in northwest Nigeria on December 25, 2025, targeting ISIS-linked militant groups in Sokoto State. The operation was coordinated with the Nigerian government, which provided intelligence and approved the strike. Reports indicated multiple militants were killed, though exact figures remain unconfirmed. The strikes are part of the ongoing U.S.-Nigerian cooperation to combat violent extremism, including Boko Haram and ISIS affiliates. The operation drew attention for its timing during the Christmas period and is focused on weakening jihadist networks affecting both Muslim and Christian communities.
Mad world fixtures coming up beginning today. Earlier we have had Angola played out a 1-1 draw with Zimbabwe in Group B, and in a shocking twist, the Pharaohs of Egypt, 10-man Pharaohs of Egypt defeated the Bafana of South Africa by 1-0. Still to come tonight, we have Zambia against Comoros in Group A, as well as Morocco vs Mali. And coming up tomorrow, Saturday, we're going to have Benin against Botswana in Group D. The Teranga Lions of Senegal against the Leopards of the Democratic Republic of Congo in Group D. In Group C, we will have Uganda take on Tanzania in an all-East African derby, while the Super Eagles of Nigeria will take on the Carthage Eagles of Tunisia. Those are matches coming up tomorrow in the 35th edition of the Africa Cup of Nations taking place in the north of Morocco. Ladies and gentlemen, it is on these notes that we have come to the end of the 6:30 p.m. newscast. Thank you for watching. My name is Fabrice Ketinga. Until we meet again, God bless Cameroon. Good night.